What's going on, friends? Nothing turns somebody off from a Harley-Davidson motorcycle faster than having a bad experience, and sometimes that even happens before they ever even throw a leg over a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Now guys, this might happen during the buying experience, or even if you bought something like a twin cam 88 and you really didn't understand what you were buying and what it needed, and then the bike went and shelled the motor, and you're out another $4,500 to $5,000. Now, some people don't ride Harley-Davidsons just because of the simple fact that, well, they know too much about them. But the worst thing you can do regarding a Harley-Davidson motorcycle is paying too much for it, especially when it's in garbage fees on top of a purchase price. Harley-Davidson is pretty good at shooting themselves in the foot, and they do it time and time again. And honestly, after reading you guys' comments in last week's video, I was pretty shocked at what some of y'all had to say with some of your experiences. Now, it is no surprise to me that a lot of people walk away from Harley-Davidson based on the dealer experience alone. But if you're going to buy a motorcycle, especially a used Harley, from a Harley-Davidson dealer, there's some things that you really need to be mindful of, and some things that you really need to watch out for during the sales process. Guys, please don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Sometimes you just can't help finding that absolute perfect Harley-Davidson, and it just happens to be at a dealership. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying at a dealership, whether it be used or even new. Well, if it's new, obviously you're going to have to get it from a dealer. Inevitably, buying a used Harley from a dealership, it's going to cost more. But you got to ask yourself, is that asking price worth it? And I'm not just talking about what the advertised price is on the bike. This is what makes it hard to buy a used Harley from a dealership, is the fact that you're basically looking for the perfect color, the right mileage, the right price, the right amount of accessories on the bike. All this has to correlate together to make the deal worth it. Honestly, it is so much, it gives me a headache just thinking about it when you're trying to find that bike and make all that line up and not pay too much for it in the process. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like to get the price up front. This is what the bike's gonna cost. I understand the tag, tax, title, all that good stuff. What I don't like is really getting hit with an extra $1,000 in miscellaneous fees on top of the purchase price of the motorcycle that they had advertised to begin with. You get in there and you go to sign the paperwork, and then you find out we got a documentation fee, we got a financing fee, we got a roof fee, we got a floor fee, and be sure to leave a quarter on the toilet if you're going to use the restroom. Harley-Davidson dealers carry a lot of overhead, and this is especially true in a lot of the larger dealerships, depending on how many employees, how many managers, how much they got going on in that place that they're trying to pay for. Now, a lot of these fees are absolute garbage if you're purchasing a used Harley-Davidson from a dealership. Now, you guys know if you try to trade in a motorcycle, they want to give you about 20% below wholesale, and then they want to sell it for about 25% above retail. Now, I can't fault anybody for trying to make a buck, but you really don't want to let them charge a bunch of extra fees on top of what you're already paying for a used motorcycle at a Harley dealer. Now, I can live with a small prep fee on a used motorcycle. I understand they take it on trade, they've got to have somebody inspect it, change the fluids, they got to pay that guy the labor, they got to pay for the materials. There's some things that they have to cover. Now, theoretically, that's all been done to the motorcycle, and once you sign the paperwork, you're ready to ride off in the sunset on your new used Harley-Davidson. Now, where fees on a used bike really become a problem for me is when they're trying to charge you documentation, finance fees, freight, prep, all this other stuff that would be associated with a new motorcycle. Now, you tack all these fees onto the price of that used bike, it can really become not worth the price that they're asking at that point. It may be worth the price, but then in the end, when you tack all this on, it's definitely not worth it. Now, what you can do is ask questions about these things. Call them out on it. Scrutinize it quite a bit. And a lot of times, they'll actually waive the fee just to make the sale. Not always, but if it's the right bike to you, and you can get some of those fees waived and still live with the price, then go for it. Now, they won't always do this, but it's absolutely worth a shot to ask a lot of questions and see if you can get some of these fees waived, because inevitably they want to make the sale. They don't want you to walk out of there. So it's definitely worth a shot. Now, I get it. It's absolutely hard to walk away from that perfect bike that's the right colors, the right miles. Everything about it just is absolutely perfect. It's got some aftermarket accessories, got pipe, exhaust, tune, everything that the previous owner already paid for and had installed, so you don't have to worry about it. that's hard to walk away from. Now, not every dealer has a bunch of exorbitant fees. My local dealer, I never had an issue with any kind of dock fees, finance fees, any of that stuff. Heck, they never even charged me for a color option on a motorcycle. I absolutely never had to negotiate or do anything like that to get a decent price on the bike. They would sell me the base color with a color option. I mean, yeah, granted, it's MSRP, it's a Harley, but I wasn't paying an extra $600-700 for a color option plus other fees on top of that. So guys, there are some good dealers out there like that. Now guys, we have had some excellent discussions in the comments, and I really want your opinion. I want to hear your experiences and your opinion on fees when it comes to buying a bike at a dealership, everything that they're going to tack on top of it. Is it worth it to you? And how much is too much in your opinion? Let me know your experience and your opinion on fees down in the comments. But anyhow guys, that's all I've got for you this week. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. But till next week guys, you stay safe on the streets, ride smart, dodge those cars, and I'll catch you guys back here next week with a brand new video. Thanks for watching.